I'm a huge fan of Joseph Campbell. If you don't know, Joseph Campbell was a mythologist and famous for books like The Hero with a Thousand Faces, and came up with this concept of the hero's journey, which is the structure of stories that we tell ourselves and other people about our place in life and how things were and the passing of information as you want. And you can see this in everyday life because you've only got to look at a movie or read a book and you'll see some sort of hero's journey. Look at Star Wars, for example. Luke Skywalker goes on a hero's journey. Look at Harry Potter, he goes on a hero's journey. Bilbo Baggins. It's pervaded throughout history, this journey of our heroes. And we all do it in one way, shape or another. Even the main religions today use a hero's journey as such. And that got me thinking, we're always telling stories. We communicate through stories. In fact, the best storytellers around are usually some of the most powerful and influential people on the planet. Some people use stories to tell a funny anecdote. Look at comedians. Look at comic writers. Some people tell stories to sell products. Great marketers do that. They become very good salespeople, but more than that, they become very good storytellers, enabling them to sell without any pressure and leave us wanting to buy their product because we buy into that story. But here's the thing, we also tell ourselves stories all the time. And the way we talk to ourselves is a way in which we would never let anyone else do so. If we're trying to lose weight, for instance, if we think we're overweight, we'll call ourselves fat and lazy. Yet if someone called us fat and lazy, we'd probably bitch slap them. And on it goes. I remember reading something Mark Manson wrote about, he called it a feedback loop from hell, in which we can have a feeling of anxiety about something. And then because we're blessed, cursed with a consciousness, we can start feeling anxious about the feeling of being anxious, and so on and so forth. And this can take us into a spiral down and down and down. And before we know where we are, we don't do anything. There's no progression, there's only regression. So what are the stories you're telling yourselves? Have a look at the language. In my work with clients, we start with the language we're speaking. We start with the language we're thinking. We start with those deep unconscious drivers or stories that hold us where we are. So have a look at yours. Get them written down on paper. Find out what it is you are saying to yourself. And then slay that dragon.